Let me see that. Oh, dear God. It's me signature, all right. But it's not me sober signature. It's me drunk signature. They're very different.
Tear it up right now, Paddy. Will.
Oh, God. What kind of barrister wrote this up? I just got pinched by a stapler. That's why she's pure evil.
Very thorough.
That's thoroughly tear it up, too. Did you see it's ironclad?
Oh, I'm so glad you're back. But if you've been alive all this time, why haven't you been home for the past 5 days?
Well, I was passed out in old Billy Quinn's cow pasture. Well, the last thing I remember was playing poker at his house.
Papa Patty, I still don't understand. If you didn't get hit by that Guinness truck, then who did? They were scraping body parts off the sidewalks for days. And how did you get into that coffin?
Well, sure. I can explain how I got in the coffin. I used up most of my whiskey, staying warm for the past 5 days. And then, last night, still drunk as a skunk, I suddenly realized I died from the cold if I didn't find me some shelter. So I wandered off and came here into the pub thinking I was coming home and crawled in the coffin thinking I was getting in bed with Ma. And then I passed out again. I don't remember any of this, but it fits.
Thank God, but who got hit by the truck last week?
Wait a minute. I read something in the paper this morning about an American tourist gone missing in town last week. That must be him.
Those damned Americans.
Good evening all. I'm from the Brides, Undertakers, and Souvenir Emporium. Now, I know this is a sensitive time and sorry that I'm late, but are you ready for delivery of the body for the service?
No! Get out, you idiot! The body doesn't belong to us. Can't you just see the deceased my brother is standing right here in front of you?
Belongs to me.
Whoever you have out there in that van is not ours.
I think it's an American.
Damn mistake, make it to the door! Get out! Are you alright? Come on, get yourself up! Get yourself up! Get out of this pub! You made enough of a mockery today!
Oh, Patty, it's the happiest day of my life. It's a funeral no more, it's a celebration.
I'm so sorry for all this, dear.
Oh, I forgive you. But will you sing my favorite song for me? You know, the American Irish one.
Wow, the Americans sure have taken focus all of a sudden. What with going missing and probably being the victim of the Guinness truck and writing songs in America after they bailed on the mother country.
Aye, those Irish Americans sure swindled our culture. They really lose the plot on St. Patrick's Day. Eileen Flaherty's sister went to Chicago last year and she saw a Scottish bagpiper playing in a bar on the holiest of days.
Morons!
Oh, I don't care. I love the song and I want to hear my Paddy sing it. And you'll join in too with it, won't you, Sean? And you too, Ronald.
Mom, you said it.
Oh.
Ronald. Far out.
Oh, I said it. Now, would you sing for me, boys? And you too, Mr. Cliff, or whatever your name is.
If you listen, I'll sing you a sweet little song about a flower that's now dropped and dead. Though dearer to me, yes, than all of its mates, though each holds aloft its proud head. 'Twas given to me by a girl that I know. Since we've met, faith, I've known no repose. She is dearer by far than the world's brightest star, and I call her my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare to my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the dearest flower that grows. And someday for my sake, she may let me take the bloom from my wild Irish rose. They say that a rose which by other names may smell just as sweetly, they say. But I know that my rose would never consent to have that sweet name taken away. Her glances are shy whene'er I pass by the bower where my true love grows. And my one wish has been that someday I will win the heart of my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare to my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the dearest flower that grows. And someday for my sake, she may let me take the bloom from my wild Irish rose. And that's how we got Ryan. All right, Toronto it is.
Thanks, Doc.
You'll always be my sweet Irish Rose Wild Maureen. I mean, Wild Irish Rose Sweet Maureen.
You know, despite the green beer and those silly green plastic hats, those ridiculous Hawaiian leis they wear in America on St. Patrick's Day, it's true as time that many of our kin left for better lands during troubles here at home.
Aye, that it is. It's kind of sad.
Oh, and if you think we feel sad, can you imagine how they felt being so far away from Ireland's green shores? Why, Sean and me, Grandad's brother, had to leave his hometown of Carrickfergus for distant shores. He never made it back to Ireland, and he had to leave his true love behind. Grandad took up singing a song about it after he heard of his brother's passing so far away from home. I wish I was in Carrickfergus only for nights in Ballygrant. I would swim over the deepest ocean, to be by your side. But the sea is wide, and I can't swim over, neither have I the wings to fly. If I could find me a handy boatman to ferry me over to my love and I. My childhood days bring back sad reflections of happy days so long ago. My boyhood friends and my own relations have all passed on now, like the melting snow. So I'll spend my days in endless roving. Soft is the grass, my bed is free. Oh, to be home now in Carrickfergus, down the long road to the swamp. Kilkenny. It is reported on marble stone there, as black as ink, with gold and silver, I did support her, but I'll say no more now, till I get a drink. And I'm drunk today, and I'm rarely sober. A handsome rover from town to town, but I am sick now, and me days are numbered. Come all ye young men and lay me down.
That's beautiful, Patty.
Was. That song showed me up right there. Praise the Lord!
Hey, that was a very sweet song, Papa Patty, but shouldn't we be celebrating you coming back from the dead?
You know, the lass does make a very good pint. Let's all have another drink.
Next round's on me, folks.
I do love a pint of Guinness, even if they ran over my dad.
Me, I personally prefer Jameson. It keeps me closer to God.
There's no doubt you could drink will cure what ails you.
And sometimes it'll make you believe in fairies, right, Sinead?
Ronald, let's not get that started again.
Why, don't you want the town to know how you start telling tall tales about fairies and leprechauns when you've had too much to drink?
They're not tall tales. It's not gossip if it's true.
Thank you, Grandmama.
Listen to this, boys. The other night we was playing the Nintendo Switch, and before I knew it, she polished off a six-pack all by herself. And, as usual, she starts telling me I should believe in leprechauns.
Don't make fun of me, Bonehead.
Don't call me that.
Bonehead.
Look, can we change the subject here? My dad's alive. I love ya.
Oh, it's a certified lover's spat.
I'm glad your dad's alive, and I love you, you know that.
But I will not
Be ridiculed for believing that mystical creatures do in fact exist on the Emerald Isle. Fairies, banshees, gnomes, leprechauns, sirens of the sea, they're all real.
I've seen fairies in Dublin.
What am I more around with these people?
Oh, Mr. Cliff, that is not nice.
That's it, folks. Get ready for the story. This is the point where she always tells the story.
Oh, I'm going to tell the story, and I'm going to tell it because it's true.
Well, I'd like to hear it.
Yeah,
Yes, preach it, lass.
This is gonna be a good one.
But I'll tell you a story that happened to me one day as I went out and walked by the sea. That day it was hot and the sun, it was warm, when suddenly I came upon a strange little form. I stopped in my tracks and could not help but stare. There stood a small man with the greenest of hair. He said nothing to me, just gazed at the sky. I was going to say hello, but then he gave a great sigh. He said, never, oh never again. If I live to 1,000 or 1,010. Will I love another, my heart will stay cold, and no one else will ever get my leprechaun gold. His sorrow, it moved me, I did shed a tear. He didn't seem strange now, and I had no fear. I told him I'm sorry, I don't mean to spy, but you seem so sad, tell me why do you cry? Well, he turned around to face me and said with a frown, "'Twas a young girl just like you that took my heart down. I loved her so deeply the moment we met, and I told her my secrets now never forget. I'm afraid she has stolen all the gold from my purse, so now I gaze skyward and pray for a curse to punish this lady who I thought was so sweet. Please help me, my darling, if perchance we should meet." Well, he seemed so distraught that right there I agreed that if I passed his lady, his orders I would heed. But when he described her, my will it did fail, for it was my own mother in every detail. So the leopard words if you can. May all the gold you possess lie straight to Cahan. And I nodded in agreement and said a fast goodbye and hurried home to mother to quickly ask her why. When she heard my story, her face it turned pale. She said, "Don't believe him, he's telling a tale. Why, yes, once I knew Cahan and thought he loved me true, but it was only my dowry that he was attracted to. But I refused to give him all my gold, he proved was fit, and said that one day heaven's child he'd outwit. And since that day's come, so you must swear to me, never again will you walk that path down by the sea. And never, oh never, oh never again, if you live to 1,000 or 1,010, will you trust a stranger who seems unconsoled, and don't believe your bank account is leprechaun gold."
So you ended up with an average man with that hair.
That'd be nice. I wrote a song for your funeral, for feck's sake.
Oh, just a little humor me, guy liner son. It's not hard to feel silly when you've just come back from the great beyond. I'm glad you ended up with Rono, Molly, instead of that leprechaun.
Thanks, Da. Hey, now that we're a little more friendly, would you mind calling me Sinead?
Ah, you kids.
So how did you and Sinead meet?
Larry? That's the first time you've spoken a full sentence in the 2 years I've known ya. It's a miracle!
That's all. Oro, how did you and Sinead meet?
Oh, go ahead, babe. You tell it better.
Okay. Well, I went over to County Down to audition for Ireland's Got Talent, which I didn't get on, by the way. And the rest is history. Benbridge Town in the County Down one evening in July. Down a boring green came sweet Molly, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so neat from her 2 bare feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing elf, had to shake myself to be sure I was standing there. From Bantry Bay down to Derry Quay, from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like the fair Molly that I met in the county town. As she onward sped, I shook my head and I gazed with a feeling queer. And I said, says I to a passer-by, "Who's your one with the nut brown hair?" He smiled at me and with pride says he, "She's the gem of old Ireland's crown. Young Molly McCann from the banks of the Bann and the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay down to Derry Quay, from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the fair Molly that I met in the county down." Take it away, the cliff! It's mercy! Nice lad, Bullet Jr. This is all for you, babe. She'd a soft brown eye and a look so sly, and a smile like the rose in June. And you held each note from her auburn throat as she lilted lamenting tunes. At the pattern dance you'd be in a trance as she skipped through a jig or a reel. When her eyes she'd roll, she'd lift your soul, and your heart she would likely steal. From Bantry Bay down to Derry Quay, from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the fair Molly that I met in the county down. At the harvest fair she'll be surely there, and I'll dress in my Sunday clothes, with my hat cocked right and my shoes shone bright for a smile from the nut brown rose. No horse I'll yoke or pipe I smoke till the rust in my plough turn brown. And a smiling bride by my own fireside sits the star of the county down. Sing along! From Bantry Bay down to Derry Quay, from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the fair Molly that I met in the county down.
Did you just say bride? You never told it that way before.
That I did.
Are you asking me to marry you?
That I am.
Well, say something, girl. I know.
It's sort of a last minute move on my part. I'm sorry, I don't have a ring yet. Will you marry me here, now, anyway?
Tonight, now?
Yes. I want you to be my wife tonight. I'm sorry I made fun of your leprechaun. I love you with all my heart. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, leprechauns and all. With everything that's happened here tonight, it just feels right to do it now.
Yes, I will tonight!
This is a blessing from St. Patrick. Now maybe someone can write an Irish drinking song about the night a father came back to life and inspired a wedding.
Oh, I feel like dancing.
Then let's dance.
It ain't just us, folks. That means you too. Do we have any volunteers from the audience? Praise the Lord! Let's have ourselves another drink.
Not another nip for your father until you marry off me son.
What do you say, Father? Would you mind?
All righty then. Let's get you hitched. First, we're gonna need the podium. Get you two all nice and lined up here.
Careful, father, that podium's about as tipsy as you are.
All right. Ooh. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, son, you're done. You're so proud of you. And your grand, too.
And your man too.
You! And your uncle too!
And the sheep, too.
Okay.
And we're proud of you too, Sinead.
And the good Lord is proud of you both.
Okay. There's enough pride going around to remake The Lion King. Let's get on with it.
All right. Shut it! Dearly beloved, we gathered here to close the shot, but we ended up opening one instead. Paddy's no dead, and these two shall wed. I'm a poet, I didn't even know it. All right. Let's begin the simple rite of holy matrimony. And then to the bar we can pony. Okay. Ryan, Ron Omar, do you take Molly, Sinead McCann to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, for richer, for poor, for... leprechauns and all, so help you God.
I sure as hell do.
All right. Give me a sec. Molly, Sinead McCann, do you take Ryan Ron Omar to be your lawfully wedded husband? To have and to hold, sickness and health, for rich or for poor, for... So help you good.
Are you down?
No.
I do.
Ah, yes!
Good.
Wanna slap him?
Ah! Then by the power vested in me by the Catholic Church, by the city of Dublin, and by the Jameson Distillery, I now pronounce you both man and wife. You may kiss the bonehead. Now can I have that drink, please?
Not just yet, Father.
God damn it.
As the mother of the groom, I have something I want to say to the newly married couple. In fact, I want to say to everyone here at the pub tonight, you all came here because you love my Paddy. And my son and Molly are leaving husband and wife because they love each other. And for all of this, I want all of you to know how much I love you. People of the pub, can you please give me some backup humming? May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the warm rays of the sun fall upon your home. And may the rain fall soft upon your fields. May love and laughter warm your hearts and light your days. May your troubles be less and your blessings be more. And may good and faithful friends be yours, wherever you may roam. And through all life's past and seasons, bring the best to you and yours. Love is never gone. Our love for you will never fail. And we will love you all until our dying day. And for those of you who don't speak the mother tongue, it means health to the men and may the women live forever.
I heard a remark from a loving wife. Now doesn't the father of the groom get to say a few words, huh?
Don't you think you made enough of a statement rising from the dead?
You got a statement with that guy liner, don't you?
He's right, my miracle son.
Paddy, why don't you let us celebrate you instead there?
Here, here.
I'll start. This one's for you, Da. Hit it, mysterious man in the wings. Mother!